Is apologetics necessary for a rational faith? It is easy to think that given all I have said concerning the error of fideism, which is the belief that faith is inherently irrational, that evidentialism is true, which is that evidence and rational arguments is necessary for a rational faith. However, I hold that faith can be reasonable apart from rational arguments. What people often do not understand is that the reason behind faith is not always rational arguments. As William Lane Craig has argued, faith can be rational even without rational arguments because of the inner witness of the Holy Spirit. Thus, one can know that God exists and that Christianity is true because they have an immediate experience of God via the Holy Spirit. This idea, of course, is extended from a number of passages such as Galatians 4:6, which says, "And because you are sons, God has sent the Spirit of His Son into our hearts, crying, Abba, Father." And Romans 8:16, which says, "The Spirit Himself bears witness to our spirit that we are children of God." Craig argues that belief in God is what is called properly basic. Properly basic beliefs are beliefs that are not grounded or inferred from other beliefs. They just seem to be true to the holder in a strong sense that one cannot deny its truth, yet needs no argument to prove it. So, for example, sight is considered a properly basic source of truth because one does not infer that because he is experiencing, for example, a visual perception of a tree in his backyard, that a tree is in his backyard. Rather, because he experiences the visual perception of a tree in his backyard, he immediately forms a belief that there is a tree in his backyard. If it seems to you that you see a tree in your backyard, you are rational in believing that a tree is in your backyard. And to doubt this perception without good reason would lead to complete skepticism. Just as we are compelled to believe that what we see accurately reflects reality, we are compelled to believe the gospel upon the inner witness or experience of the Holy Spirit, unless we have good reason to believe otherwise. Thus, just as we are rational in believing in the tree outside our house on the basis of our visual experience of that tree, the inner experience of the Holy Spirit provides warrant to Christian belief. This means that a Christian can be warranted for their belief without requiring a rational argument. Of course, this would not be highly convincing to anyone other than the person who experiences the Holy Spirit, but neither is your sight experience of a tree going to be convincing to anyone who's already skeptical of that tree's existence. This, however, does not mean rational arguments or apologetics does not have a place in evangelism. As discussed before, faith does have an intellectual aspect to it, so while one may feel compelled to believe in the gospel, he still may find the objections or questions they hold to act as defeaters to Christian faith and thus act as an intellectual barrier. Apologetics can add to this warrant for Christian belief and defend it from possible defeaters. Thus, faith in Christianity is rational, not blind, despite the fact that most people have not encountered the apologetical arguments that evidences apologists present. Furthermore, those who reject the Christian faith do so because, as R.C. Sproul has said, because they willingly ignore and reject the drawing of God's Spirit on their hearts.
Thank you for watching a video teaching by Matthew Files with Faith and Knowledge Ministries. If you are interested in having him come to your church to teach about a topic in apologetics or Christian philosophy, please contact him at faithandknowledgeministries@gmail.com or call 919-803-9146. You can also follow Faith and Knowledge Ministries on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter, or visit Matthew's blog by going to matthewfiles.blogspot.com.